Good morning. Sounding a bit like Bonnie Tyler this morning. Let's have a look at the green screens from yesterday. Well, Benfica, stakes far higher than I usually do, three times my usual liability, because I was going +1 at short odds and it was very, very late and I was falling asleep. I didn't want to actually trade this match. Goal down to Aruca. Benfica coming back and getting the win. So a naughty one, this one. This was more of a bet than a trade, but it carries on what has been an excellent run so far. Napoli, easy as you like. Concede first. It's not the greatest profit on the planet, but then it's all relative to the task at hand for Napoli, which was a comfortable one. Leverkusen and Bayern Munich, I got out at 1-1 to Bayern Munich. It was spoilt a little by the red card, but still Bayern Munich equalised after the red card. I decided to cash out, even though, well, no, I decided to cash out because the vast majority of my profits on Bayern Munich. I was making a £10 loss on the draw and an £8.87 red at the 1-1. Sometimes you just have to take the hit, put the ego to one side, and remember, you're not going to get 100% strike rate, are you? But it's all about managing the liability if it doesn't go your way. God bless the mighty Hoff. Conceding first against Wolfsburg. Rather than going match odds on this occasion, I again went +1. I thought 2.22 was extremely good value. Did get a little bit more out of the market by delaying, but the Hoff turning up yet again. One of a series of late plays, this one. Bari 2-0 up. Decided to take them on. Reggiana's momentum moving. Both of these two sides on a relegation 6-pointer. So a response from Reggiana would not be unexpected. This was an excellent way to start the session. Look at this. Laying the draw at 1.09 and 1.06. It means, for the sake of about £3, you're making £52 red. When you get the late goal. Riemann Rodez, an argument for both teams to get the winner in French Ligue 2. Very, very tough league. Very competitive league as well. So a draw, they'll take it. 3 points, yes please. Applicable for both teams. And Rodez turning up with the winner. A reminder that the neutral play involves both teams rather than the favourite. And these were from, I think, St. Pat's. That was the night before. Fabulous stuff from St. Patrick's. My first venture into the Irish Premier Division. Could be a side worth following this season, St. Pat's. So the solid run continues. Hopefully it will continue again today. Let's have a look at the trading angles. So Coventry started the day off badly for me with a loss. But thankfully, that was early on in the session. And we came back after that. Just working my way through the Soccer 24 coupon, I will starlight any odds-on favourites and indeed any teams that I suggest are banker material. It's in the shortlisting of teams where the strike rate has improved markedly. So that's something you might want to learn. Go through something like this before the session. This is just going to be a watching brief, of course. In China, the season has just begun, but we've got 3 out of 3 odds-on favourites at home. Well worth following that one, particularly as we're entering the kick-off for the first one. Henan, Zhongshan, Longmen. Wonder if Peter Crouch plays for the Longmen. Looking at Croatia, Dinamo Zagreb did come from behind yesterday to get the win. We've got 2 odds-on favourites at home. And again, they will join my odds-on watch list. Make life as easy as possible. The bookies have done the work for you. Your job is to decide whether the bookies are accurate or not via the in-play stats. In the Czech 1 League, Poulsen are odds on today, so that deserves your attention. Sparta Prague odds on. Sigma Olomouc and Liberec, all odds on favourites in the Czech League. FC Copenhagen, well, strange to see them not odds on. It's the relegation group. Oh, that's the wrong one. FC Copenhagen? What are they doing in the relegation group? They're normally title contenders. Must be a really poor season for FC Copenhagen. This is a big surprise to me. They're normally up there with Midtjylland. Oh no, there we go. We're in the relegation group now, so they didn't even make the championship group. A relatively bad season for FC Copenhagen. Maybe the Champions League distraction catching up with them. Certainly worth viewing on that basis, given the fact I expected them to be up in the championship group. Old reliables, Midtjylland, are they going to turn up today? Have been a brilliant trading side. Well worth your attention. Crystal Palace against Leeds, 2.5 the favourite, is suggesting it's a very tough one. Leeds out of Crystal Palace out of form. Leeds takes a big boy to beat them. And Crystal Palace are not quite on that level just yet. Man United against Aston Villa. Aston Villa an important win away from home in Europe. Manchester United still that relative unknown factor under Carrick. We've also got that one-goal habit for Aston Villa of late, scoring and conceding. Are they going to keep Manchester United quiet? I wouldn't call Man U bankers at all because Aston Villa are a tough team to beat. Nottingham Forest against Fulham. It's a typical relegation six-pointer for Forest under the new manager. Liverpool against the Spuds. Well, in current form, it looks 3 points waiting to happen for the Reds. Spuds out of Champions League as well. Championship next season rather than Champions League. Oh boy. French League. Strasbourg against Paris FC. 1.75 home favourite. Paris FC may just be lacking. Win, draw, 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 loss, loss, win, draw recently. So, yes, Paris FC digging their heels in. So they cannot be readily discounted against Strasbourg here today. Your archetypal digging your heels in relegation threatened side. Le Havre and Lyon. Well, I would be favouring Lyon here. Draw, win, win, loss recently for Le Havre at home. So that's pretty decent form. But they have a poor record against the top seven. Metz against Toulouse. Well, Metz really should be your Sheffield Wednesday of the French League, where you're taking 3 points off them. We will see whether that's the case for Toulouse today. Rennes against Lille, 2.2 the favourite. It's lukewarm, lack of interest from me. Similar story, Werder Bremen and Mainz, although you can't discount Mainz in this current run. Really competitive in every match, got themselves out of the relegation zone, doing a good job. Looks like the Bundesliga is a little tough to call today. 2.15, 2.1, 2.38. Freiburg at home are superb, so I would caution you to confirm via the in-play stats that Freiburg are performing at home. Stuttgart against Leipzig. The home team tends to deliver in Stuttgart and Leipzig matches. 2.38 the favourite, though, does suggest that these two are very well matched. So it's not a match that you can comfortably trade. Kaiserslautern, Karlsruhe, Schalke, top of the tree. Dynamo Dresden in all sorts of problems at the bottom. So let's have a look at some of these. Kaiserslautern just outside. No, they're not just outside. It's only 3 places. Goodness me. Get to the 40-point barrier with a win. Kaiserslautern, Karlsruhe. They're looking increasingly adrift of the top 3, aren't they? But a degree of safety with 26 points, the bottom 3. Schalke at the top on 50 points have got all the way down to Paderborn, willing to overtake them. Automatic promotion spot is in a spot of bother with all of these sides on 48. So they're going to have to do something here today, Schalke, with home advantage. Hanover, one of those sides keen to take points off Schalke. A win for Hanover will take them to 48 points. So it's one of those promotion 6-pointers today. Dynamo Dresden and Preußen Munster. This is a relegation 6-pointer. Your archetypal relegation 6-pointer. The winner could save their season. Simple as that. The loser could remain in the bottom 3. That certainly has got the motivating factor with it, as has Schalke's match. Not bankers by any stretch, but might be matches worth following because of the story involved. Verona against Genoa, 2.4 the favourite, 2.55 the favourite Pisa Cagliari, 2.5 the favourite Sassuolo. The first 3 matches incredibly difficult to unpack. What I would do in the Pisa match would be to lay over 0.5 goals at the start of the match, just given the fact that these two could conjure up a 0-0. Bologna are simply becoming an unknown factor now. When are they going to score 2 goals? When are they going to score 1? When are they going to have an off day? They're becoming an unreliable unit for traders. You need readability. You tend to get that with old Perry, old Como at home against Roma. This is likely to be a lay of over 0.5 goals at the start of this match. You can't discount Como here. Roma's defeats tend to be 1-0. Como might be labelled if leading here. They tend to get 2+ goals against the big boy, against the mid-table, but not necessarily against the likes of Roma. Lazio and AC Milan, it's must-win territory for AC Milan. Como certainly readability there. And AC Milan must-win territory for them at the top. Italian Serie B. Let's take a peek. Right, let's find out where Entella are. I don't see them on this front page, so they must be in a spot of bother. Just above the relegation zone, and there's 5 places for relegation, so they've got to be on their mettle here today, Entella. A spot of bother for Entella. So that's certainly got must-win written all over it. Avellino, just above the relegation zone. So relegation 6-pointer, Entella, Avellino. Pescara, still not adrift. A win takes them to 28 today. It's a vital. They got to win last match. It's vital they get a win this match. Absolutely vital. Sud Tirol are in a more comfortable place, but again, a win for them. They're into the playoffs. Boy, oh boy. Some good stories in Serie B today, aren't there? Talk about needing 3 points for both of these, or for all 4 of these sides. The Dutch Eredivisie today, 20 against Utrecht. Derby style feeling about this one. But we got 3 out of 3 odds on favourites at home. AZ Alkmaar, Feyenoord and FC Twente, your usual crew. Looking at the title, it's not a league I've been following implicitly week in and week out, so I just need the odd check. We've got Feyenoord possibility. Well, they're very much adrift of PSV, aren't they? So going through the motions, be keen on second place. Feyenoord, second place themselves. So need to retain that Champions League berth. Go ahead, Eagles. Well, when they're priced to be competitive, they do normally have 2 goals in the locker. They're playing NAC Breda, who with a win could get themselves out of the relegation zone. So on goal difference. So that will have a look in for me as well. I like what I'm seeing so far. Plenty of matches with stories. That's what we're after. Christian Sundenbrand. Well, this is the new season in the Elite Serie. You haven't seen any Bodo Glimt because they're busy slaying the Giants in the Champions League. Finding goals at home with absolute ease. So, well worth a watching brief. Lillestrøm, newly promoted from the Tippeligaen, were the side to follow last season. If you followed them implicitly in the Tippeligaen, you would have got trade after trade after trade. So this is a watching brief in Norway at the moment. Pork and cheese, Porto. Later on, the absolute standout there. With Benfica winning yesterday, must get a reaction from Porto. Rangers odds on away at St Mirren. Did Celtic get the win yesterday? And we've got a Dundee derby. Don't tend to play derby-style matches. Barcelona against Sevilla. Touch of derby-itis. Normally Sevilla up their game. But Barcelona have been an absolute juggernaut of late. So well worth putting on that shortlist there. La Liga 2, Cordoba odds on, Malaga odds on. They'll get a look in. They're probably involved in the title hustle. Well, it's crucial for Cordoba to get a win today. Take them up to 44 points, with 48 the entry point to the top 6, held by Malaga. Malaga will enter the 50-point club with a win. 50-point club can give you the chance of automatic promotion. So certainly plenty for Malaga to interest them today, and Cordoba as well. Must move up the table, while the entry point to the playoffs is reasonable. Switzerland, it's play it by ear. But Winterthur, been great trader's friend the last few weeks, coming from behind consistently and consistently not winning. So if you're still not impressed by the daily green screens, then there's nothing I can do. 14-day free trial. We're making money. You want to learn how to football trade? You're at the right place. Do all the work for you, making you green, as much green as I can. Don't forget, I place every trade myself as well, so the onus is on me to maintain a high strike rate. Do come along, 14-day free trial. You'll learn a lot about football trading, researching football matches, executing trades, delaying entry, using specific markets, half-time markets, for example, or specific niche markets with their own ecosystem, and the +1 markets you know very well as well. So I hope to see you on a trial, make you some money. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel. We had a good live stream last night. Thanks to those of you who attended the live stream. Probably not one today, although I might hop on, go live later on. So make sure you're subscribed to youtube.com/@FootballTradingProfits. And as I say, hope to see you for that 14-day free trial. I don't know what else I can do apart from provide you with daily green screens of decent profits to low liability. If that doesn't convince you, then nothing else will. The purpose of football trading is to make money, and that's what I'm attempting to do 7 days a week on your behalf. Have a great day. I will see members of FootballTradingProfits.com on Telegram for the remainder of the coupon, probably starting at 12:30. Or there's a few early ones in China I'll keep an eye on. I might see you for a go live, as I say, but it's all dependent on the Wi-Fi. It does tend to wane late on in Thailand. Don't forget the 7-hour time difference, you see. Have a great day. Let's see if we can continue the green screen profits.